Life, I always figured, moved in circles. Love, loss, the tide of memories coming in and out. Mark, my husband of 50 years, and me, we'd settled into a quiet rhythm, a New York calm built on habit and silent understanding. Then Ethan walked in, and the veneer cracked. Ethan wasn't just some guy, not just a distraction from the shadows that had crept into my days. He was young, a wildfire, and he saw something in me, something deep, that thrilled and terrified me in equal measure. But I was blind to the storm he carried, the wounds he'd rip open, the past he'd unravel with a precision that felt almost cruel. My feelings for him? Complicated, layers of regret, longing, truths I wasn't ready to face. It was a dimly lit room in some elegant hall, the kind that echoed with polite murmurs. New York City held its breath, it seemed. That night I played. Fingers dancing on the keys, precision and emotion honed over decades. Mark had insisted, even though I'd hung up my concert shoes years ago, shied away from the spotlight. He promised intimate, smaller. He was right. The room was reverent, each note a whispered secret. Then there was Ethan. Didn't see him at first, just another face in the sea of strangers. But after, he came up, steady gaze, unflinching. Young, maybe too young to grasp the weight of the admiration he wore so openly. Yet, his eyes held something, a quiet fire, a flicker of understanding that felt both comforting and unsettling. He introduced himself, spoke of music with a passion I hadn't encountered in years. His words, rich with reverence, pulled me back to my own youth. Days poured into each note, music not just career, but heartbeat, reason. Something strange about him, something that lingered even as he walked away. Felt like an imprint, a mark I couldn't explain. Not attraction, not at first. Fascination. Curiosity about someone who saw past woman past her prime, who could touch the essence of who I once was. Days blurred, Ethan's memory wouldn't fade. His words wove into the quiet spaces of my life with Mark. Had I retreated from music too soon? More to feel, discover, like summoned, Ethan reappeared. Tentative reach out, mentoring. Aspiring pianist, he explained. Technique lacking soul, something I could teach. Flattery, practiced, but sincerity beneath, a desperation mirroring my own longing. Agreed. Kindness to a young musician, I told myself. Lie. Under the soft glow of my music room, Ethan found his place. Nestled among old records, sheet music, tucked away memories. Prompt, eager, notebooks, relentless enthusiasm, echo of my own youth. Mentoring, innocent start. Technique, pieces to challenge, feeling through playing. But sessions shifted, mentor and student blurring, admiration to something deeper. Spoke as if I were his only understanding, world incapable of grasping his dreams. Ethan's dedication, admiration. Purity to his struggle, desire beyond something greater, drawn to it. Hours melted, lessons forgotten. Not just music anymore. Art, philosophy, life's hidden meanings, shaping choices. Questions that turned me inward, searching neglected layers. Realization, unspoken way feeding off his vitality, uneasy. Teacher's pride, fascination with student growth, lie harder to believe each time I saw him. Comfort in his presence, warmth missing from my life with Mark. Marriage, familiar routines, silent understandings, love unspoken. Shared a life. Yes, Ethan made me feel alive. Remember the evening, hand brush against mine, adjusting sheet music. Small gesture, fleeting touch, shiver in its wake. Ignored the thrill. Pulse quickening, but no denying. Slipping, caught between built life and rediscovered life. Rainy afternoon, difficult peace. Ethan's gaze lingered, warmth peeling back hidden layers, stripping carefully maintained composure. Wordless, but expression clear, knew his effect, sensed the quiet ache growing. Tried to continue lesson, ignore pull, hands shook on keys, melody faltering under emotion. Felt him watching, presence, slow burning flame, igniting decades dormant something. Turned to face him, words vanished, unspoken understanding. Leaned closer, breath warm against skin. Moment, everything faded, years, commitments, quiet life. Lips brushed mine, tentative, bolder as we surrendered to the connection. Electric, overwhelming, truly seen for first time in years. Pulled away, exhilaration, and regret. Realization of what I'd done, stark reminder of crossed line. Wanted to speak, explain, apologize, but look in his eyes silenced me. He understood, no one else could. That night, awake, reliving, torn between ignited desire and gnawing guilt. Knew the risk, consequences, but part of me couldn't care. alive for first time in years, even slipping deeper into something uncontrollable. Days after, distance grew between Mark and me, painfully aware. Watched me, intensity I hadn't seen, gaze sharp, questioning, sensed change, couldn't place it. Mark, man of quiet understanding, saw more than he let on. Silence weighed heavily, reminder of betrayed trust. Pulled away, avoided little moments, coffee mornings, quiet evenings by fire. Each interaction a lie, pretense I couldn't maintain under guilt. Mark, perceptive, noticed distraction, drifting eyes, thoughts elsewhere. Reached for hand, touch tentative, afraid I might break under concern. Evening, fading light of living room spoke, voice tinged sadness, pierced heart. Didn't ask outright, expressed worry, uncertainty about changes. No accusation, no anger, just quiet confusion. Left me hollow. Couldn't explain, reveal storm raging within. Offered small smile, reassurance, hollow, painful. Doubt in his eyes, flicker of something warned me closer to truth than I realized. Mark's concern deepened, walls closing in. Each encounter with Ethan, exhilarated, terrified, weight of secrets pressing down. Despite guilt, shame, couldn't let go. Ethan, part of me, necessary, destructive. Quiet life with Mark, distant memory, world I couldn't inhabit without constant pull of Ethan. Watched Mark, eyes filled, worry he hid, new choices leading down path of no return. Just when I thought fragile balance, life through complication. Alan, my son, visit. Reminder of family I once held dear. Life created yet struggled to embrace fully. Alan and I, never close. Polite affection, unspoken resentment over devotion to music, career that often took precedence. Arrival, flicker of curiosity, observed Mark and me, tension between us. Alan's relationship with father, strained, complexity rooted in resentment toward me. Sensed frustration, desire to bridge gap, struggled to understand changes. Alan's questions subtle, woven into casual talk, weight of curiosity pressing, unspoken accusation hung in air. Saw Mark watching me, quiet suspicion simmering beneath surface. New matter of time before confrontation. Each day, new tension, impending disaster. Caught in web, fragile network lies, secrets, harder to maintain. Alan observed, eyes mixture curiosity, concern, felt world I'd built slipping from grasp. Vivian, closest friend, Mark's sister, always saw too much, understood me uncomfortably well. New routines, quirks, subtle shifts in behavior unnoticed by others. As life entangled with Ethan, gaze sharper, questions probing. Each conversation, subtle reminder she sensed something wrong. Quiet afternoon, unannounced visit, eyes scanned room, searching hidden truth. Vivian, always direct, quality drew me, now made me want to hide. Glanced music room clutter, gaze lingered notes Ethan left behind. Faint traces of presence I hadn't erased. "You seem different, Elaine," murmured voice concern and suspicion. Felt eyes on me, scrutiny pressing like shadow. Forced smile, brushed off comment lightheartedly, but expression didn't waver. "You've seemed distant lately. Everything all right with you and Mark?" Question cut through silence, reminder of delicate balance desperately trying to maintain. Vivian's loyalty to Mark unwavering. Thought of uncovering secret, quiet dread. Offered empty reassurances given Mark, hoping enough to placate concerns. Knew better. Vivian not easily satisfied. When she left, expression clouded doubt, pang of fear deep within. Knew she wouldn't let it go, concern for Mark too strong, intuition too sharp. Watched her walk away, felt walls of carefully constructed life closing tighter, weight of deception growing harder to bear. Evening, kitchen, lost thought, heard Mark call my name, tone sharp, uncharacteristically firm. Turned, saw him holding small notebook, Ellis's, forgotten in haste, carelessly left among belongings, remnant of life desperately trying to hide. Mark's expression, confusion and hurt, eyes searching mine for answers I couldn't give. "Who is this?" he asked. Voice laced suspicion, felt like knife twisting chest. Tried to explain, weave half-truth, Ethan, student, someone mentoring. But words left mouth, saw he didn't believe. Cracks in story too obvious, guilt evident in eyes. Mark's silence weighed heavily in room, gaze filled unspoken accusation, left me exposed. Didn't press further, demand explanation, but disappointment in eyes more painful than words. Walked away, left me standing alone, empty kitchen, felt full weight of choices settle over me. Realization, crossed line, could never uncross. Next time I saw Ethan, demeanor different, Subtle shift in gaze, hinted depth I hadn't seen before. Sat together, dim light music room, silence, thick, unspoken words, felt something simmering beneath surface, tension neither could ignore. Long pause, Ethan spoke, voice barely whisper, told me about past, family lost, father who abandoned him, circumstances never fully understood. Words tinged quiet resentment. Pain lingered for years. Then told me part I hadn't expected. Piece of story left me feeling ground shifted beneath me. Father, he explained, once involved with my family, someone I'd known youth, long forgotten. Ethan's connection to me, not coincidence, deliberate choice, means of confronting past he couldn't escape. Revelation stunned me, mixture disbelief, betrayal, twisting inside. Thought connection born genuine affection, shared passion music, life. Now saw he'd been drawn to me not for who I was, but what I represented. Connection to past he couldn't leave behind. Truth sank in, wave anger, sadness, bitter recognition bond cherished nothing more than fragile illusion. Moment knew whatever we'd shared over, tainted by weight of secrets neither could fully understand. Evening, alone, quiet bedroom. Heaviness settled over me, sense inevitability, no longer ignore deception, guilt, secrets. Taken their toll, left me hollow, worn. Looked at Mark, knew time to confront truth, face consequences of choices. Mark entered room, expression unreadable, tension in gaze told me waiting moment. Didn't ask questions, simply looked at me. Eyes filled sadness, pierced layers of guilt. Moment, confessed everything. Affair, lies, secrets hidden away. Told him about Ethan, connection drawn me to him. Passion clouded judgment. Words tumbled out, torrent regret. Sorrow, each confession, weight lifted shoulders, even left me feeling more exposed. Mark listened silence, expression quiet resignation. Didn't interrupt, offer forgiveness, condemnation, but hurt in eyes spoke louder than words. When finished, room filled heavy silence. Stillness felt both comforting, suffocating. Finally, Mark spoke, voice barely whisper. Didn't offer comfort, reassure find way through this. Instead, simply looked at me, sadness almost unbearable, reminder of life built together, life I'd put at risk, fleeting moment passion. Walked away, leaving me alone, quiet emptiness bedroom, felt full weight actions, realization betrayed not only Mark, but life shared. Love built over years, trust, understanding. Word of betrayal spread through family, quiet ferocity, ripple left no one untouched. Vivian, ever protector, family loyalty, couldn't bear thought fractures I'd caused. Reached out to Alan, organizing gathering, last-ditch effort salvage family bonds carelessly jeopardized. Met Vivian's living room, space usually filled warmth, now heavy unspoken tension. Alan sat across from me, gaze mixture disappointment, anger, silence more cutting than words. Could see hurt in eyes, betrayal felt not only what I'd done Mark, but ways neglected him throughout life. Vivian, usually voice reason, struggled, hold back frustration. Looked at me, mixture, sorrow, disbelief, voice trembling as she spoke family I'd put at risk. Lives affected by choices. Didn't ask explanations, didn't want to understand, simply needed to know why. Grasp reasons behind choices left family fractured. As I sat there, surrounded by people loved, felt sense despair beyond guilt. Thought affair with Ethan's secret. Something I could keep hidden world, now saw damage wrought. Lives touched in ways hadn't anticipated. Looked at each of them, realized actions left scars that would linger. Marks of betrayal couldn't be easily undone. Intervention ended silence spoke louder than words. Quiet acknowledgement rift, now divided us. Left Vivian's home, felt hollow settle over me, recognition lost not only husband but family once held dear. Ethan returned to my life one final conversation. Cold gray afternoon, kind where every sound muted, world seemed wrapped dull haze. Quiet as he entered, usual confidence replaced hesitance I hadn't seen before. Glanced around room, gaze lingering remnants our time together. Sheet music, notes scribbled during lessons, scattered like echoes affair. Sat across from each other, sensed he'd come something to say, truth kept hidden, something he could no longer ignore. Voice soft as he began, words laced quiet remorse, left me uneasy. I need to tell you something, Elaine, he murmured, gaze fixed floor. There's more to why I sought you out, something I didn't tell you. Told me then of connection to my family, link I'd never known existed. Ethan's father, someone I knew, youth, brief acquaintance, early days music, figure come and gone without leaving much impression. But for Ethan, Father's absence defining wound, scar-shaped life, left him searching answers. As he spoke, realized he hadn't just been drawn to me as mentor, even lover. I represented something to him, linked to life felt had been taken. Sought me out not for who I was, but for pieces of father hoped to find within me. Truth stung, bitter reminder how little truly understood about person I'd let into life. Felt wave anger, betrayal, sense been used, even if hadn't intended it way. My connection to Ethan, passion mistaken for love, built on foundation lies, unresolved pain. As he finished confession, looked at me, sorrow mirrored my own, silent understanding passing between us. Whatever we'd shared over, tainted by ghosts of pasts, wounds unknowingly inflicted on each other. Walked away, leaving me alone. Quiet music room, felt strange sense relief closure hadn't realized needed. Days followed, felt hollow emptiness settle over me, strange mixed freedom, regret, left me feeling lost, relieved. Affair with Ethan whirlwind, storm swept me away from life built, only to leave me stranded in aftermath. Knew could no longer hold on to fantasy, had to let go connection come to define me. Spent hours alone music room, surrounded remnants our time together, each piece sheet music reminder passion, turmoil filled life. Felt as though mourning part of myself, version me awakened, then torn away. But looked around, realized wasn't just Ethan letting go of. Illusion of control, belief could live two lives without consequence. Betrayed Mark, hurt family, lost myself in process. All for fleeting thrill, love never truly mine. Evening, gathered pieces affair, notes, mementos, small tokens come to mean so much, placed them in box. Sealed it shut, felt sense finality, recognition closing chapter life, could never be reopened. Knew moving forward wouldn't be easy, wounds caused take time heal. But for first time in months, felt glimmer hope, sense could reclaim life, even if never be same. With Ethan gone from life, turned to face damage caused, broken pieces marriage, family lay scattered around me. Mark, though deeply hurt, remained steadfast. Quiet presence spoke of love, despite everything, hadn't been entirely shattered. Approached him evening, heart heavy regret, words filled sorrow, apology knew he deserved. Spoke of mistakes, failings, weaknesses led me down path betrayal. Didn't expect forgiveness, only hoped understanding, chance rebuild what carelessly destroyed. Mark listened silence, expression mixture pain, acceptance. Didn't offer comfort, didn't brush aside hurt I'd caused. Instead, acknowledged it, letting weight actions settle between us, reminder trust broken. Yet, faint glimmer hope in gaze, quiet willingness to try, move forward, even if scars never fully heal. Told me forgiveness wasn't something could offer easily. Take time, effort, honesty, but willing take that journey with me, walk alongside as we tried rebuild life once shared. With Alan, road more complicated, filled years resentment, misunderstanding. Hurt not only by betrayal of Mark, but by years neglect felt growing up, sense career, passions always taken precedence over him. Confronting that truth painful, reminder of choices made, left scars not only on me, but those loved. Reached out to him, acknowledging ways failed him, moments missed, love withheld in pursuit success. Slow process, filled moments anger, hurt, but gradually began to bridge gap divided us. As he looked at me, mixture frustration, compassion, felt glimmer hope perhaps could find way forward. Process healing neither quick nor easy. Each day brought own challenges, moments doubt, regret, threatened, pull me back into shadows mistakes. But each step found new strength, resilience hadn't known possessed. Mark and I began attending counseling. Each session, chance confront pain both endured, explore fractures marriage led us down such dark path. Painful journey, filled moments raw honesty, left us both feeling exposed, vulnerable. But as we shared fears, regrets, hopes, felt new connection growing between us, bond forged in fire's betrayal, forgiveness. Returned to music, pouring emotions into each note, each melody, finding solace in art once been escape. Compositions became way process pain, express parts myself words couldn't reach. As played, felt sense peace, quiet understanding could reclaim life, identity, even aftermath loss. Months passed, each day step further from life nearly destroyed. Step closer, future could embrace with hope. Mark and I found new rhythm. Quiet understanding spoke love, resilience, recognition, while marriage never be same, something worth fighting for. Alan, too, begun soften. Resentment replaced quiet acceptance mother I'd become. Relationships still fragile, but warmth there hadn't existed before. Shared understanding pain both endured, love rediscovered. As I looked back on choices made, mistakes led me to this place. Felt strange sense gratitude. Affair with Ethan, as painful, destructive as been, forced me confront parts myself long ignored, face wounds hidden away. Knew scars choices would remain, reminder pain caused, lives affected, but also knew those scars part of journey. Testament resilience, strength carried me through. As I looked toward future, felt sense peace, knowledge reclaimed life, purpose, family. Made mistakes, yes, but also found forgiveness, chance rebuild, create something beautiful from broken pieces past. Quiet of evening, as sat by piano, fingers moving over keys, felt sense closure, final note in song redemption. As music filled room, knew whatever lay ahead, ready to face it. Wiser, stronger woman, learned true meaning love, loss, forgiveness.